Thank you very much. Okay, so now let's come back to item 11. Lynette, you're here for this one, the Orbiter public transport route?
Yes.
Yep, so we were going to consider this before, and then there were questions, and we didn't have a staff member to answer questions. So if we can bring staff to the table, that would be great. And item 11, Yanni, you had a question.
Oh, thank you. Just in regards to the board's report, I know that we had quite a lot of discussion about the possibility of extending the scope to include a little bit further up the pedestrian safety crossing. So I just wondered, I didn't see anything in the report that addressed that, and I just wondered whether we'd had any further information back on that. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll pick you up. Sorry, this is Kirsty Marnie. She's the project manager for this project, so I'll let her answer.
So I've spoken with the area engineer, traffic engineer, and he'd been out on site and discussed this previously. There is the potential to do something, but unfortunately we would end up restricting access to all the properties down there, because there's driveways either side for about 60 metres through to the bus stop. So you could do something, but then it has other impacts. So I've drafted up a memo to come back to the board on that particular point, which is just going through the process at the moment. So we have looked at it. There's not an easy solution, unfortunately, to look at that. We have also added in, as per the scheme design map, the painted shoulder. So for the approach, as people come around the corner, it actually appears narrower, so people slow down and take the time to look, as they should be for the giveaway anyway.
I think it's just a little explanation to councillors. It's just on the on the left-hand turn out of a power road into Ensors Road. The submissions that came to the community board were concerned at the speed with which people went around the corner and the ability to cross safely where the existing crossing was. So effectively, if we wait for the memo, and then the board could come back to council and say we'd like it extended or this to occur. Definitely,
yep, that has been drafted, so it shouldn't be far away.
Okay. So there's a process underway to allow that to happen at the board, and obviously the board can deal with that and make their recommendation to council once they've got that information.
Absolutely, yes.
Yep, great. Okay, so that's in hand. Dave.
Thank you. Look, my concern really, I suppose, this is probably one of the busiest intersections in the city and caters for a huge number of heavy traffic vehicles, and by putting these cycle pathways in there, are we actually confining the carriageway at all, or are we expanding the footpath a bit or minimising the footpath? Because I just get concerned that we sometimes squash the traffic up and we're making things a little bit more dangerous for cyclists rather than improving at times.
We have certainly looked at that, and we've also looked at the tracking paths for the heavy vehicles, including the ones going into the Fulton Hogan yard. That section of Ensors Road, there's not huge numbers of heavy vehicles. It's mainly the buses and normal traffic. It's more Brougham Street that is the heavy vehicles.
So putting the cycle lanes on provides definition of where everyone expects to find people.
I was probably more concerned with the off-ramp from Brougham Street onto Ensors Road itself by the railway line, where you've got a merging of cyclists, heavy traffic and vehicles.
There's certainly no encouragement of cyclists along Brougham Street, given it is very busy, but we have looked at that and done vehicle tracking paths to make sure that there is the room for vehicles to go around there safely.
Perhaps I might talk offline a little bit on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Sarah, did you have a question? All right, great. Okay, that's fine. Now, my only question relates to the way that the resolutions are set out in front of us. The staff recommendation to the board looks quite different on paper to the Part A that the board are bringing to us, their recommendation, just in the way that it's formatted, but the effect of both, the staff recommendation is picked up in the board's recommendation, isn't it? The way that it's laid out has the same effect as the staff recommendation? That's correct, and that's been noted as something to improve for all future reports. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, as long as the substance is the same, then correct, great. Yes. Yep, no, that's fine. All right, so Sarah will move this item. Is there a seconder? Mike will second. Any debate? All those in favour? Against? That's carried. Thank you very much.